What's the story, Morning Glory? What's the word, hummingbird? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this review of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 12, Episode 11, A Nightmare in Nashvegas. So we start off the episode with Frank moving in and Teresa moving out. Frank is moving in with Dolores and the two kids. Teresa's moving out of her old mansion into her new mansion. Her new mansion is absolutely beautiful from the outside. The land around it, the backyard is so gorgeous. It's a beautiful home inside and out. So it looks like a definite upgrade because her old house looked a little bit dated. The way that it was, decorated inside, it did look a bit dated, but this new one looks a little bit more modern. It's just a really beautiful home. And congratulations to Teresa and her girls for making it happen. So, it's going to be her and Louis living there with the four girls, and also Louis's youngest son will also be staying there as well. Now Teresa is selling those workout outfits. She is putting in the work because every time we see Teresa, she has on a workout outfit. So she is working double time, overtime, triple time, all of that. She's putting in the work and selling that product. Now there was a point where Dolores had mentioned to someone that, I don't know if she was talking to Margaret directly or she was just talking about Margaret to someone else. I don't remember. But I think she was talking to Margaret, where she tells Margaret that if you want to be friends with Teresa, you have to avoid certain topics, i.e., Louis. And of course, Margaret is not going to take heed to that. She don't care because why would someone want to be friends with Teresa? Like, who is Teresa that someone would be like, damn, I really want to be her friend again, or I really, really want to be friends with her? What is it about Teresa that puts this fear in people where they don't want to make her mad, they don't want to upset her, or they feel like in order to be on her good side, they have to be her friend? It's like you're her friend or you're her enemy, and there's no in between with Teresa, and you don't want to be her enemy. Why are people so afraid of Teresa? Now, I can understand with her brother, Joe Gorga, wanting to keep things copacetic because that's his sister. He wants to get along with his sister. He's not dying for her attention. He's not dying for her friendship. This is just his sister, and they have to get along. They're the only ones left in their nuclear family. Melissa has to make sure that her husband's happy to make her home a happy home. So she has to get along with Teresa as well. Now, Jennifer, I have no idea. Jennifer acts like, one of those nerdy teenagers who wants to be friends with a popular kid so bad that they will do anything to the detriment of themselves just to gain a little bit of friendship from the popular kid. That's how Jennifer comes across to me. Even though she's more accomplished, I don't know if she's more accomplished or not. Even though it seems like her life is a little bit more in order than Teresa's life, Jennifer just feels this need to be Teresa's friend. Dolores. Is Dolores related to Teresa? Are they cousins or they're just friends? Well, anyway, I think they're just friends, but they grew up together, so they're almost like family. Dolores is another one. Now, Dolores, I can maybe kind of give her like half of a pass, not a whole pass, but a half of a pass, because Teresa is like family to her, and so I can understand Dolores having this sense of loyalty because they knew each other since they were like teenagers or preteens. For almost all their life they've known each other, so I can kind of let Dolores get away with this whole Teresa worship. Now, and then Dolores thinking that other people are just dying to be Teresa's friend. I just don't understand. Dolores, the sun and moon do not revolve around Teresa. She's just another woman on a trashy reality TV show. That's all it is. Teresa doesn't write the checks. Teresa doesn't put groceries in the refrigerator. Teresa doesn't heal the sick. She doesn't feed the hungry. She's not housing the homeless. She's just a woman who shows up, creates drama for a check. That's all it is. So stop with the Teresa worshiping. So everybody's going to be taking this trip to Nashville. Dolores has planned this huge trip to Nashville, and so far, since the Stacy's Treescape event, so far since Dolores's charity event, Dolores's baseball charity event, it seems like Margaret and Teresa have been avoiding each other. but they're going to have to come together for this trip to Nashville. So they meet up at the airport. Everybody meets up at the airport. Teresa and Margaret see each other. And Margaret is like, "Hi, Teresa." And Teresa's like, "Hi." And that was it. That was like no other communication between them. They get to the home, to the mansion, the Airbnb that they're going to be staying in. And when they get there, the realtor that helped Dolores find the home was there to greet them. And come to find out, Margaret actually knows that lady because they used to work together when they were doing whatever they were doing way back in the day. So they knew each other and they were really happy to see each other. And so then there's this running joke on the show about Margaret always running into someone that she knows. No matter where she goes, she always runs into people that she knows. And so, yeah, that's going to play a factor later on in the episode. So then they talk about, the divvying up of the rooms, who's going to sleep where, who's going to take what room, whatever. Dolores makes the decision that the master bedroom is going to be assigned to Teresa and Louis because they're the newest lovebirds or whatever the hell she said, whatever dumb excuse she gave to worship Teresa, to spoil Teresa, to give Teresa whatever she wants. The decision was made about the best room in the house. Everybody else, it was all up for grabs. So Teresa is talking to someone. I forgot. She was talking to Jackie. Yes, she was talking to Jackie upstairs and Margaret was downstairs. So Margaret was not privy to this conversation. So Teresa, I think, is trying to, she wants everyone to be on her side. She wants everyone to be against Margaret. So now she's going to try to work on Jackie, which is one of Margaret's best friends on the show. So Teresa tells Jackie that she believes Margaret is feeding information to the bloggers, not just reporting what she sees on the blogs, but actually giving this information to the bloggers. And which means that for her to give information about Louis and his exes and what he did in the past and him hitting one of his ex-girlfriends in front of her kids or whatever, for her to give that information to the bloggers means that Margaret would have to go and talk to the exes because Louis not going to give her that information. So she must be talking to people in Louis' past. And so Teresa thinks that she's so important that Margaret will go through the rigmarole of looking for Louis' exes, meeting up with them, talking to them, making them feel comfortable enough to give her this information. Margaret trusting them enough to not tell anyone that she's getting this information from them, and then taking this information to the bloggers. This is what Teresa wants other people to believe. It doesn't even matter to Teresa if she believes it, just as long everybody else believes it, because she hates Margaret that much. It's stupid. It makes no sense to me. I think it's a lot more feasible that when Louis gained some type of popularity and some type of fame from dating a very, very popular housewife, people, bloggers, reporters, whoever, went to the exes or the exes went to the bloggers and they were willing to give this information for money, for free, for clout, for whatever, for them to get famous, for them to get paid, whatever the situation is. It makes more sense to me that the information came directly from the exes to the bloggers, not Margaret seeking out these women and then giving the information. It just doesn't make any sense. So Jackie was like, "I don't believe it. I don't think that's how it went down. Sorry, I don't believe it." So it seems like to me that if Teresa doesn't talk about Louis more than Margaret does, she talks about Louis and these rumors as much as Margaret does. Because every time that we see Teresa, it's got something to do with Louis and the rumors and what Margaret said. And why would she say that about my boyfriend? What is she trying to do? Who is she talking to? Where is she getting this information from? They're like, Teresa and Margaret are really obsessed about Louis' past. So Teresa, if you feel like what Margaret is talking about is not true, let it die on its own. We live in a society where something is breaking news on Monday and completely forgotten about by Tuesday, no matter how big the news is. It's talked about, it's really hot for a minute, and then we all forget about it and we move on to the next. But Teresa, if you keep talking about it and you keep bringing it up, you're making it a bigger deal than it actually is. And you're getting yourself more upset than you need to be. If it's not true, just be like, hey, it's not true. Don't ever bring it up yourself. Don't ever talk about it on your own. But if Margaret brings it to you or if someone else brings it to you, Be like, no, it's not true. My boyfriend didn't do that. Louis didn't do that. That's ridiculous. So we're not going to talk about that because it didn't happen. I'm not going to waste my time talking about fairy tales and then move on to the next subject. But you bring it up, and then when it's brought up, you really want to make it bigger than what it actually is. And I don't think anybody really cares. If he did hit his ex-wife in the past or in front of her kids, what are we going to do about it now? I mean, what is that going to do for anybody now to talk about it? Does it make him look like Margaret wants him to look like he's an abuser, he's a wife beater? She wants to make it look like she's really concerned about Teresa, that she's possibly being abused by this man. But we know that's not got nothing to do with that because we know how Margaret plays. She plays kind of dirty. She brings things up from people's past, like she did to Jennifer, and then she's like, oh, but I really feel so sorry for you and I want to be there for you and I want to empower you. And then the same thing with Teresa. Yes, he was a wife beater. Oh, I heard that he was a wife beater. The blogs were saying he's a wife beater. And I'm just so concerned about Teresa. No, you just want to bring the dirt, which is fine. That's what you get paid to do for drama, theatrics. We get it. And if it's not true, Louis can sue. Just go sue her if it's not true, because the best defense to slander is that it's true. And if Margaret can't prove that what she's saying is true, then she's slandering him. She's ruining his reputation. People are looking at him now as a wife beater. So if it's not true, Louis, Teresa, get an attorney. You know how to do that, Teresa. File a lawsuit. Sue Margaret for slandering you, unless it's true, and that's why you're so mad. And if it is true, don't talk about it. Don't bring more attention to it than necessary. I don't know if y'all have watched The Real Housewives of Potomac, but the same thing that's kind of similar happened on The Real Housewives of Potomac. Wendy, the rumors came out in the blogs that her husband was cheating on her. So Giselle Bryant brought it up on the show that, the blogs were saying that, Wendy's husband was cheating on her. Wendy was like, it's not true. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to entertain it because it's not true. Wendy didn't beat anybody up over it. Wendy herself wasn't constantly bringing it up. Wendy did not shove an entire table full of food and drinks at anybody. She was just like, it's not true. It's hilarious to me that we're even talking about this. And she moved on with her life. Teresa, take notes. Anyway, let's move on. So we get to the restaurant. This is where, the showdown went down. We were at the restaurant, some barbecue joint that they're at. And after they do the bull riding activity, they all sit down and someone brings up how Margaret knows everybody all the time. Everywhere she goes, she knows someone. She runs into someone that she knows. I don't know who brought it up, but it was brought up. And then Teresa said, oh, you know everybody. And that's how, you started these rumors about Louis because you probably went to his exes and you went to get information from his exes because you know everybody, right? Right? You know everybody. So you probably know Louis's exes and you got all the information from their exes and you fed it to the blogs. And she goes on and on and on about how Margaret went to the exes, got information from them, fed it to the blog, so on and so forth. And Margaret was like, no, I didn't do that. That's not true. That's ridiculous. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And so Margaret tells her, you're a disgusting liar. That really triggered her. I don't know what it was about the word liar or the word disgusting. Because I remember when they did the treescape thing, when Margaret said, but first Teresa told her that Margaret looked bad. She looked like trash or something. And then Margaret said, no, you look like trash. And then Teresa just went off. It's like she doesn't want to be criticized. I guess she put so much work and money into how she looks. Or I don't know what it was, but when you attack her personally, it's like she turns into something else. So when she called her a disgusting liar, that's when Teresa, something just flipped in her. And everything that was on the table, the plates, the glasses full of drinks, all of that stuff, Teresa just shoved it at Margaret. Beverages went flying everywhere. Margaret got completely drenched. Her white dress was covered in red wine. It was insane that adults are acting like 40 something, damn near 50-year-old adults are acting like this. Insane. So when she did that, I would have thought that Louis, who was sitting right next to Teresa, would have immediately grabbed Teresa to keep her from doing any more damage and hurting somebody. But Louis actually turned his back towards Teresa and acted like he was going to hightail it out of there and leave and exit stage left. But at the last minute, he thought better of it, so he stayed. So when Teresa got up, that's when he decided to grab her, but the damage had already been done by then. That's when he decided to hold on to Teresa and try to lead her out of that. out of that area. So Teresa's just going off at the mouth. She's cussing Margaret out. She's calling her every single name other than the name that her mother gave her. And she's just exploding. Joe, Louie, Melissa are trying to calm her down. They're trying to remove her from the situation. They go downstairs because the restaurant's 2 stories. They take her downstairs. Every single step of the way, her mouth just won't stop. She's cussing, 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 threatening, threatening, threatening. They get to the first floor of the restaurant. Then she wants to go back upstairs. So she goes back upstairs, and Margaret is like, keep her away from me. Keep her away from me. Then Teresa goes back downstairs. Then Teresa leaves. So she's walking out to their van. Dolores was going to leave with her. I got to leave. I got to leave with her because, she's family or whatever. I got to leave. It's loyalty. I got to leave with Teresa. And then Frank Catania was like, what are you talking about? You got to leave. You need to stay right here because we're the host and we need to pay for this stuff. So then Dolores stays. And then Jennifer tells Margaret, look, I don't support what she did. I don't condone what she did, but I got to leave with her. I hope you understand. So then she leaves with, why do you have to leave with Teresa? Why do you have, Dolores said she had to leave because she came with her. That's what she said. She goes, I got to leave with her because I came with her. Why? Y'all are grown adults. You can make your own decision. Why does Teresa dictate everybody's life? Teresa is not the smartest one there. She's not the most entertaining one there. She's not the wittiest. She's not the funniest. But for whatever reason, there's this need to worship Queen Teresa. Mother Teresa, we have to worship her. We have to be afraid of her. We have to give reverence to her. Why? Who is she? Why is she any better than anybody else? Yeah, she's been on the show the longest. So what? So the hell what? She doesn't write anybody's checks. When they go cash their checks, Teresa's signature is not on the bottom of that check. So why must we worship and be so afraid of her and be so afraid to anger her? We can't make Teresa mad. We want to be Teresa's friend. Why? Jennifer looked like a damn fool. This need for Jennifer to be Teresa's friend, it makes her look like, like in high school or junior high, more like junior high, like the nerdy kid who gets a little bit of shine from the popular kid, and then all of a sudden, they're the popular kid's lackey. They're the popular kid's little assistant. They're the popular kid's little servant. Like whatever the popular kid wants the nerd to do, they run and they do it. No matter how embarrassing it is, no matter how detrimental it is to themselves, no matter how they look, no matter how much people are laughing at them, as long as a popular kid wants me to do it, I'm going to do it because I have to make them happy, because I have to be in their inner circle, because I have to gain their friendship, because I have such low self-esteem in myself, I have to latch on to someone else to feel any kind of value. Why? Why is that? It seems like, Jennifer, your life seems to be a little bit more in order than Teresa's life. So why can't you just be confident in who you are as a woman and just be satisfied with yourself instead of feeling like you need some type of acknowledgement or some type of approval or some type of an acceptance from Teresa? Dolores, I can kind of give you a pass. I'll give you half of a pass, not a whole pass, because Teresa is like family to you. Y'all grew up together because we see those pictures from the 80s with the big hair and the super duper tan skin. We see them on the Jersey Shore, big hair flying everywhere. They grew up together practically. So I can understand that because, Dolores has a sense of loyalty to Teresa because she's like a cousin to her, like a sister to her. So Dolores, I give you half of a pass. I kind of get it with you. I don't get it with Jennifer. And nobody else sees it that way. Jackie doesn't see it that way. Margaret for sure doesn't see it that way. Stacy doesn't see it that way. But Jennifer and Dolores, okay, Dolores kind of sort of, y'all really kiss Teresa's butt and you look crazy doing it. So Teresa, I don't know what to say, girl. You need anger management. You really need therapy. You for real need therapy because you can't be acting like this. You're going to shove something in the wrong person's face and they're going to rearrange your entire face. And then it's going to be all about, the reaction was just too much. No. You need to stop, Teresa. Re-examine your life, re-examine yourself, and please remember that you have children that are still looking up to you, that adore you, that love you, that want the best for you. You can't, if this was anywhere else, you probably would have been going to jail for that. You can't be throwing or shoving glasses and plates to someone's face. What's wrong with you? So, Teresa, no bueno. What you did was wrong. Your reaction is wrong. If the rumors are not true, ignore them. Let this die down. We're gonna forget it. I'll always forget about it. I'm only reminded of it when it's brought up on the damn show. To me, the rumors of what he did in the past is such a non-issue because it's not going to make any difference to anything that's going on now. Teresa's not going to break up with him. Teresa's going to do what Teresa wants to do. Teresa thinks that she found the perfect man, so she's not going to leave him. They're not going to break up. She's going to ride this out until she can't ride it out anymore. Just like with Joe Giudice. Joe Giudice did Teresa so wrong. He called her out of her name. I know y'all remember, I don't know how many seasons ago it was, when they were all at the vineyard, and were they in Italy? I don't remember. And Joe Giudice took the phone to have a private conversation, and he was talking about his own wife, the mother of his children. He was talking crap about his wife, Teresa, and he called her one of the most despicable names that you can call a woman, let alone call your own wife. He did that, and it was on television. And she saw that, and she stayed with him. This man put her in jail, and she stayed with him until she couldn't. He had to be deported, so they couldn't carry on anymore. This woman stayed with someone like Joe Giudice, who emotionally abused her, who treated her like garbage, had no respect for her, cheated on her constantly. And if he didn't cheat on her, there sure as hell were rumors about him cheating on her. And she never acted like this before. But then with Louis, all of a sudden she's completely lost her mind. But with Joe Giudice, all the stuff that he did to her, all the rumors are out there about him, she never once reacted like the way she's reacting now. I don't understand. It's kind of like it's misdirected anger. Like she's really upset about something else, and she's misdirecting all of that frustration on Dolores, because I'm not Dolores, on Margaret, because Margaret is the one that's about Louis all the time. If it's not true, sue the woman for slander, let it go. Don't even talk about suing her on the show. Do it in private. File a lawsuit against her for slander and let her try to prove that the things that she's saying is true. Or ignore it and move on. You don't shed any light on it. Don't entertain it. But for Teresa to bring it up herself, obviously she woke up that morning and she chose violence, because I know that when she woke up that morning and she knew that she was going to have a confrontation with Margaret. I knew that when she sat down at that table, she was ready for it. She knew that she was going to throw something at her or something. She was going to have some type of a physical altercation with Margaret, because she started it. She laid down the foundation. Oh, you know everybody, so you also know Louis' exes, right? And you're talking to Louis' exes, right? She knew it. She wanted a fight. She started the fight. It was all her fault. And I am so proud of Margaret that she kept herself together, that she didn't stoop down to that level where she could have thrown something right back at Teresa. She could have hopped over that damn table and grabbed her hair, and then really could have started rumbling. But she didn't. She kept her cool the whole entire time. And that was frustrating Teresa even more, that Margaret was not reacting the way she wanted Margaret to react. But anyways, yeah, Teresa was absolutely wrong. No matter what anybody says, it should never bring you out of your own character. Some people really do believe that words can lead to violence. They really do believe that if you say something, if you keep on pushing someone verbally, you keep on, constantly attacking them verbally, that you have the right to get physical with them. I'm not of that school at all. I don't think you should ever put your hands on someone unless they put their hands on you first. No matter what anybody says, it should never lead to you acting like this, like the way Teresa did. It should never lead to you acting out of character, like completely acting unlike yourself. There's no words. There should be no words on earth that should make you want to put your hands on someone or throw something at someone. I just don't think so. I don't know. I don't believe it. I just don't, to me, it doesn't make any sense that you risk hurting someone. You risk possibly getting hurt yourself when they throw those hands back at you, or you risk, going to jail because of what somebody said. And then Teresa, you being as popular as you are and as famous as you are, you're not used to blogs talking about you. Every single person on these Housewives franchise, every single one of them, there's rumors about them, rumors about their children, rumors about their partners, rumors about their family members, rumors. It's the nature of the game. But anyways, I've talked too much about Teresa. Moving on. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. On your way out, please don't forget to rate the video, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I will definitely talk to you later. Bye.